Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. What I got going on today is the wife's bike is done, with the exception of cleaning the front wheel. So I'm going to get that front wheel cleaned up, and then I'm going to pull her bike off the lift and put my bike on the lift and do the oil change and service and everything on my bike and get it ready for Florida. Alright, every one of you guys that ride Street Glides, Ultras, things like that with the stock black powder coated rims, it is extremely hard to keep them clean or get them clean and keep them clean. You get brake dust on there, you get road grime on there, you get everything on those rims, and it just sticks to them. For some reason, it just sticks to them like glue, and it's very hard to clean. I found something that cleans it. It is super clean, all-wheel cleaner. Okay? And literally, you just spray a little bit on there, wipe it off, and it comes back to the original finish. Let me show you on the wife's bike. You see what I'm talking about here. Your rims look like this. See how they're kind of nasty? Now look at the clean area that I just sprayed on, wiped off. It is literally night and day difference. It's worth the money. I mean, this stuff's not cheap, don't get me wrong, but that bottle will last you a long time. You literally just spray it on there, wipe it off, done. And no, I don't get a kickback, I don't make any money off it, I'm just giving you guys a little bit of what I use. Brought that rim right back to factory luster. I like that stuff. I got my bike on the lift now, and I'm kind of just looking at it, and you think I think we can get another season out of those floorboards. But I got looking, if you look, there's a little scuff mark here. Alright, I am going to start dumping the oil in this. I'm going to change all 3 holes. That way this is all ready to go, because we're leaving, I think, in 3 weeks, something like that, for Florida to ride. You know, I've noticed on a bunch of different Facebook groups, people always ask, what kind of oil you running? What kind of insurance do you use? What kind of this? What kind of that? Who cares? I'm going to show you this. Hang on. Potential spam. Not a problem. But anyway, I'm going to show you this. This is what I use. Mobil 1, full synthetic, 20W50, and I use it in all 3 holes. And I know someone's going to say something. Oh, you shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You know what? My bike, my money, I don't give a shit. Your bike, your money, do whatever you want. This is what I run in my bikes. Done it for years. I've gotten 100,000 miles on a motorcycle. Not on this bike, but over the life of several motorcycles. Never had an issue, not once. My trucks, tractors, combines, semis, everything we use Schaefer's oil. I tried running Schaefer's oil in the motorcycles. Motor was fine, transmission was fine, primary, Schaefer's oil was too slippery for me. The clutch would slip. I mean, literally, I would get a lot of slippage in the clutch. I needed better oil not better, let me rephrase that, a different oil that wasn't as slippery in the primary. I don't like trying to keep track of this oil for this and that oil for that and this oil for that. I run Mobil 1 in all 3 holes. I always have, I always will. I don't care what kind of scientific proof you give me, that's what I run. So I don't care. Same thing with insurance. Well, I'm paying this much in insurance. How much do you guys pay? Who cares? I might pay a little more than you might pay because my levels of insurance might be different than your levels. My credit might be worse or better than yours. There's different reasons why prices are they are. Now in Michigan, we pay a lot of money in insurance. A lot of money in insurance. But they base it off your credit. They base it off what kind of insurance you want. How much your deductibles, how much this, how much that. All that's variables. So you cannot say, oh, well, he's only paying this much. I should be only paying that much. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, I've went on enough of a rant. I need to get the oil dumped in this and start working on it. I have reached that point that oil is draining. Now I'm replacing all the O-rings on the drain plugs. I usually buy them in like the 50 pack and they're dirt cheap online, so I always replace O-rings every time. It's the same reason when I put the primary cover on, I always put just a dab of anti-seize in all the primary bolts, and I never ream them on there with the 1/4 impact wrench. As you guys seen in some of my other videos. In fact, the last motorcycle video I was explaining all that when I was changing oil on my wife's bike. So at any rate, I figure while all the oil's dripping out of there and draining, I change the O-rings on the plugs, and then when I'm done with the O-rings, I'll pull the oil filters off, or the oil filter off, and let that drain out, and then I will start assembling everything back together. You know, I have watched a lot of guys use 1/4 inch impact wrenches on these primary bolts. There's a rubber O-ring gasket in there. They don't need to be tight. I've even watched some dealers impact them on, and that irks me. This is just a Torx bit. They don't have to be tight. See? That's all I do. And then I go around them once, just give them a little, I twist it with my wrist. You can see I'm not holding the end of the wrench. I'm choked up on it. And just twist it with the wrist. And that's as tight as they need to be. But that's just my 2 cents. I have gotten a new bike before, and when I go to service it after the dealer had serviced it, I'd end up stripping out those bolts and have to go buy new bolts because they use the impact, the cordless 1/4 inch impact on them. And that's a pet peeve of mine. Oil change is all done. All the fluids are good. I did have a thought. I have noticed with these Milwaukee 8 motors, when you first start them up, when they've been sitting for a couple days, you get just a little bit of lifter tick until the oil gets up in there and it quiets down and goes away. My question is, do you guys run any kind of like Lucas Slick 50 or something in there to try and keep more oil up in your heads, or not? Because I've never run any additives in this bike at all. I've only run synthetic oils, And I've always had very good luck with the synthetic oils, but I've noticed the new Milwaukee 8 motors sometimes have a little bit of a tick to them when you first start them up until that oil gets circulated. And it really has never really bothered me because I always look at it as the thing's covered under warranty, whatever, something happens, I don't care. But like this bike is getting ready to come out of warranty, and I'm trying to debate right now whether or not I want to extend the warranty on it or not extend the warranty and buy a new bike. I'm going back and forth. I really don't want to buy a new bike because of the fact that the prices, I think, are insanely high. And I don't want to spend the money on a new bike if I don't have to. But, and I know, I get it. You blow the motor, you put a new motor in, it'll be cheaper than buying a new bike. I understand all that. But we've always traded bikes in before they hit the 50,000 mile mark because it seems like they always tank in value when they hit the 50,000 mile mark. So just before 50,000, we usually dump the bike and buy a new one. But with the price of bikes nowadays, I don't know if I want to do that with this one. I like this motorcycle, so I think I'm going to keep this one for a while, and I'm probably going to extend my warranty, but I don't know yet. I'm still in the air. I don't know what it costs. I'm waiting to get an estimate on what it costs to extend the warranty. Hopefully I hear back from them soon. I just pulled the air cleaner off to clean it, and she's a little dirty. That's alright. I'm going to take this in and clean it, let it dry overnight, and then oil it again so I can put it back on tomorrow. But at any rate, I think I'm going to end the video here. Oh, I forgot. I still need to check my antifreeze. But I'll do that tomorrow. The wife just got here with McDonald's and the grandson, so I'm going to go in and go eat at McDonald's with the grandson, play with him a little bit, wash this filter, and I think I'm going to end the video here. So, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you in the next one.